September of 2021 marked a new season for me in more than one sense. Not only did the cityscape of New York begin to shift into the painterly hues of fall, but my solitary existence took a delightful turn as well. I remember standing amidst the chattering crowd at an art exhibition when my eyes caught sight of her, Amelia. There was something magnetizing about her, whether it was her vivacious energy that filled the room or her discerning eyes that held a world of her own. Our conversation spun around the stitches of art, seamlessly tying together our perspectives and interpretations. It became apparent that our souls resonated on the same canvas, stroking similar themes and emotions. Her interpretation of modernism touched upon my own obsession with abstract expressionism, blending into a melodic exchange. Our shared passion for art painted the backdrop of our budding friendship, forming a bond deeper and stronger each day we spent together. We fell into the rhythm of dating effortlessly, complementing each other's quirks and nuances like artist and muse. Her laughter decorated my days like twinkling brush strokes, while her insights added layers to my musings. We became each other's gentle anchors amidst the swirling triumphs and trials of the art world, a strong bond threaded through mutual respect and appreciation. With her by my side, my solitary cruise took on a richer palette, unfolding into an inspiring romantic journey. Our shared passion and differing styles created an intoxicating blend that sparked many late-night conversations, filled with excited chatter and debate about the union of modernism and expressionism. Through her, I started to see the beauty of art beyond my own creations, breaking the shackles of my creative boundaries and venturing into unexplored realms. Through me, Amelia found an understanding ear to her modernistic perspectives, a companion who could comprehend her silence and decipher her world beyond spoken language. Amelia was not just my lover, but a fellow artist. As our relationship grew, so did our art, each influencing the other in a dance as old as time. The harmony of our love story could be seen in our shared passion for art and our individual renderings of it. We were two free birds touched by the allure of art, reveling in the joy of our geographically shared and intangibly bound world of colors and canvas. Both our artistic visions and hearts intersected at an exhibition where our combined piece, a harmonious blend of modernism and abstraction, was first showcased. For an artist, there is no joy comparable to seeing your work admired and well received, and sharing that platform with Amelia heightened that joy manifold. The collaborated piece fetched a generous price, marking a significant milestone for both of us at a personal and professional level. This victory was a sweet validation of our shared journey, a testament to the bond we had nurtured. The intense months of shared creativity and late-night discussions finally started bearing fruits as we set the foundation of our relationship firmly into the world of art. This shared victory tasted sweeter as our souls intertwined deeply, tangling more inextricably than ever before. It felt as though our romantic intimacy was shaping the trajectory of our artistic careers, creating a symphony of love and art that people came to appreciate. Engulfed in the warmth of our love and shared passion, I looked forward to the new adventures our bond had to offer. As December drew near, the city of New York began to shimmer, all adorned in twinkling lights and filled with the merry spirit. Amidst it all, I was bestowed with a Christmas present that held more weight than any ordinary gift. Amelia, her face glowing with the warm hues of the holidays, presented me with a rare art book that I had been pining after for quite some time. The indescribable joy of that moment remains carved into my memory, as distinct as the well-defined lines of an etching. She gazed at me with knowing eyes as I held the leather-bound book in my hands, the embossed words inviting me into a world of art I had yearned to explore. Each page was an intricate labyrinth of knowledge, every word a sparkling jewel. To me, it was more than just a book of art. It was a window to a universe I yearned to understand, the missing pieces of a puzzle I had been trying to solve. It instantly struck me, the efforts Amelia must have undertaken to secure this token. Her keen eye for detail and her understanding of my complex persona reflected in her gift. Such a thoughtful gesture not just reassured me of her love, but also spoke volumes about her comprehension of my passion. With that gift, she wasn't merely giving me a bunch of inked pages bound together, but rather she was handing me fragments of inspiration, sustained creativity, and renewed vigor. A rush of emotion swept over me as I leafed through the book, my fingertips brushing over its crisp pages. I remember pausing to drink in the sheer beauty of the collection, each image almost leaping off the pages to shake hands with my senses. Through some illustrations, I felt the craze of cubism. Through others, the madness of expressionism. I could hear Amelia's soft laughter as I lost myself in the marvelous world of art, adding a symphony to the silence of a wintry December evening. This Christmas, the universe gifted me Amelia wrapped with a hint of divine cosmic magic. We live our lives chasing notions of happiness, and sometimes we find them in the subtlest of gestures, like the quiet understanding reflected in a thoughtful gift. Not only did Amelia's present fill me with immense joy, but it also cemented once more my faith in our bond. It was not merely an addition to my bookshelf, but a treasure chest carefully curated with time and love, nestled comfortably in the palm of my hands. The new year arrived, signifying the start of a fresh chapter in my life. With it came a career milestone that bolstered not only my portfolio, but also my relationship with Amelia. Do you know what it's like to see an idea, a vision that only existed in your mindscape, manifest into a tangible reality? It's surreal. We collaborated on a piece together, two distinct minds bringing to life a tapestry of creative expression. This piece was not just an exquisite portrayal of combined creativity, but it was also a reflection of our evolved understanding of one another. We painted not just with hues of blue, red, or green, but with shades of our shared experiences, mutual respect, and love. Like an interplay of notes in a symphony, each stroke was a harmonious blend of our individual artistry. I fancied that an undercurrent of this harmony suffused into the canvas, creating not just a visual but an emotional spectacle for the viewers. The public welcomed our collaborated piece with wide-open arms, and it elated me to see how well perceived our efforts were. To our surprise, the piece sold for a price far beyond our expectations. This was not just a financial achievement, but a personal victory, as it assured both of us of our evolving proficiency in our shared pursuit. Yet, with this triumph came a disparity. Our artistic styles, while harmonious, were vastly different, and the piece was more like a battlefield of contrasting strokes than a confluence of shared visions. The canvas held our differences as much as it held our creations, and yet in spite of the latent tension I found it blissful. That was the thing about art. A dilemma could be as beautiful as harmony, can't it? And life was art. Our collaborated piece was beyond just paint on a canvas. It was a shared moment of triumph, an acknowledgement of our mutual respect, a tangible memoir of our love, and, most importantly, it was a symbol of a successful chapter in the journey of two struggling artists in the heart of the bustling city of New York. As the new year unfolded, so did a new chapter in my relationship with Amelia. We found ourselves deeply engrossed in creating a unique piece of art together, a culmination of our collaborative effort. Our brushes moved in tandem on the canvas, a rhythm mirroring the melodies of our hearts, an extraordinary blending of two distinctly different forms of expression. There was an electric sense of excitement and pride that coursed through us. It felt as though our love and understanding for each other were being etched onto the canvas alongside the paint. The tangible form of our combined creativity was something different. It was a beautiful blend and a clash, an echo of our relationship. We painted with not just the conventional spectrum, but explored the hues of our shared experiences, respect, and love for one another. Our paintings were like a symphony where we played different notes, but when strung together, it created a harmonious resonance in the heart of the observer. Since we both held a flair for art, it allowed us to understand the other's perspective, thus contributing to the beautification of our collective craftsmanship. As our brushes danced on the canvas, each stroke emerged as a testament of our blossoming bond. Respect, understanding, and a deep sense of admiration coloring the canvas. When we unveiled our collaborated piece, the reception was pleasingly unexpected. Our creation, an art born of united imagination and talent, was met with a wave of appreciation, sold for an impressive price, an achievement that left us awestruck. The recognition was not merely of financial value, rather, it was a testament to our shared love, a tribute to our bond that went beyond the romantic realm and traversed into the artistic. It assured us of our combined talents and our individual commitments to the one thing we passionately held dear beyond all else: our art. But it was not just a field of roses. Our stylistic differences were apparent. Our piece was a battlefield where strokes from contrasting styles of art met. However, the irony of it all was that our differences were the beauty of it, adding another layer of depth to our creation. As contradictory as it sounds, it was the intriguing unrest within the piece that brought charm to our artwork. Life, too, is a balance of harmony and discord, much like an artwork, and in our collaborated piece, I saw a reflection of these very nuances of life. And more importantly, it was a powerful form of communication, a shared whisper in the loud world of art, a tangible testament of our love story. As time progressed, Amelia and I found our relationship strained under the weight of pursuing independent artistic paths. The harmony of our brushes dancing on the canvas together began to falter, replaced by the chaotic rhythm of our individual aspirations. While we continued to admire one another and our artistic prowess, the shared canvas seemed to amplify our differences instead of bridging them. It was June of 2022, a beautiful summer in New York, when Amelia, in her quiet yet firm voice, ended things between us. Her decision emerged as a turbulent storm in our seemingly tranquil relationship, a storm I had not anticipated. I remember her words, soft yet assertive. They echoed within me. "Andrew, our careers are diverging. It's best if we part ways." Inside the confinements of our shared art studio, which used to burst with our combined laughter and intellectual banter, silence descended, a brutal silence that choked me, each second reminding me of my lost love. I was losing more than just a lover. I was losing an irreplaceable confidant, a muse who had inspired my artistry to levels previously unknown to me. The breakup pushed me into a realm of emptiness. Her absence echoed loudly within the four walls of the art studio. Our beautiful masterpiece of shared ideas and strokes was now a haunting reminder of our lost love, a bittersweet memory etched onto the canvas. But there was something transformative in this heartbroken emptiness, a familiar feeling. It was a force that propelled me to use my heartache as fuel for my art. At first, clutching my paintbrush felt as if I were shuffling through an endless abyss. Yet, my artist's instinct pushed me to take my emotions, the heartbreak, the disappointment, and the sorrow, and churn them into a masterpiece. Heartbreak was not foreign to me. My past breakups had always provided raw material for my art. Thus, the studio became my sanctuary once again. My pain, a pool of deep, poignant hues, waiting to be molded into my next creation. Though the ache was terrible, I knew life was about enduring such storms and emerging stronger. As an artist, pain was just another shade in my palette. It added depth to my art, and without acknowledging it, my canvas would remain incomplete. Amelia's departure left a void in my heart as I was thrust back into solitude, the painful price of love. But I knew, come what may, my art would never abandon me. It was what defined me, kept me going, and I was ready to plunge back into the world of colors with renewed vigor. Looking back at those melancholic days, every detail seems vividly etched in my memory. There was an almost tangible silence that gnawed at my soul. The mandatory solitude felt like a curt reminder of my lost tango partner in life's dance. Ironically, the desolation surrounding me was not unfamiliar. I had tasted such bitter nectar of heartbreak before. The sharp sting of separation routed a familiar path through my artistic journey. Lost in the ruins of my relationship, I was once again standing at the crossroads of heartache and artistry. The raw, emotional turmoil often birthed the most authentic art, proving that beauty could indeed bloom from pain. As if cruel, it was this pain that unfurled the various shades of my life, just like the colors spreading across my palette. Every stroke of my brush was like a cathartic release of my bottled emotions. Each canvas became a testament to my resilience, the wrathful strokes depicting loss, the softer ones mirroring hope. My grief was pouring out, subtly seeping into the crevices of the canvas, and in the process it was healing the fissures of my heart. There were days I would just sit in front of a blank canvas, tracing Amelia's face with my mind's brush, then replacing its image with abstract, abstruse shapes. These tortuous sessions helped me exploit my own vulnerability, using it to stoke the dying fire of my inspiration. Slowly I found solace in my loneliness, comfort in the biting hibernation of my studio. Yes, Amelia's departure had left a void, but it also painted a unique opportunity for artistic metamorphosis. New York, once a communal sanctuary, now turned into a firmament studded with countless solitary stars, each glimmering with an untold story. Like them, I found myself alone, yet not lost. Just as art is an interpretation of an artist's psyche, My canvas was a visual catharsis of a heart that dared to love. Art was my vessel that sailed through the stormy waters of my heartbreak, helping me churn out a masterpiece from the churning emotions. There was something liberating about admitting my pain and harnessing its raw power to carve out a fresh artistic perspective. Art, for me, had moved from being a mere act of creation to becoming a ritual of self-illumination. The more I jumbled my thoughts onto my palette, the more clarity I found in the muddled array of emotions. I suppose heartbreak and artistry are a unique combination, somewhat like a grieving phoenix that paints its ashes into a vibrant specter of life. The heartache was excruciating yet familiar. Each muted sunrise and solitary night became my canvas, echoing my silent inner turmoil, waiting to be given a form. Amelia was no longer by my side, but I retained an unwavering confidant in my art. My broken heart sang an unsung symphony, a tune that only my brushes could understand. There was a strange calm yet restlessness in those isolation-filled days, but not surprisingly my art flourished. During this harsh period of self-isolation, I discovered the raw and poignant beauty that solitude brings to an artist's life. Each day, I succumbed further to the silent murmurings of my inner artist, embracing the exquisite pain of being utterly alone, each sharp stab fueling my unwavering creativity. The naked vulnerability of my heartbreak found a voice in the bold strokes of my brush, proclaiming stories of a love lost, of a heart trampled under the indifferent boots of fate. I found my art to be an outlet, a way to communicate the intricate emotions churning inside me, which words alone could not do justice. The milieu of my art was a blend of subdued, somber blues, vivid, fiery reds, and lucid whites, resonating with my state of mind, calm and tumultuous at the same time. Each day on the lonely path to recovery held a potential for discovery and growth. I delved into the depths of my soul, seeking inspiration from the darkest corners of my heartbreak. Every dusk brought with it a new dawn, a new opportunity that allowed me to explore a different facet of my artistic psyche. The quiet serenity of my studio was disrupted by the vibrant symphony of colors and textural chaos on my canvases. In those fragile, vulnerable moments, the four walls of my studio became my universe, often lit by the dim lamplight, casting long shadows like melancholic sighs. But I also saw them as a blank canvas, waiting for me to repaint my life with the bright hues, vibrant strokes, and passionate reds of hope and renewal. The echoing silence of my workspace harmonized with the silent lull in my heart, and each canvas began to echo the resounding silence reverberating within me. In those solitary days, painting came as naturally to me as breathing. Losing myself in the world of colors, lines, and shadows became more than just a routine. It became my way of life. All the unsaid words, the unshed tears, and the hidden regrets found a channel through my painting, giving a voice to my unvoiced emotions. My heartbreak, therefore, didn't come as an end, but rather a muse, a potent, revitalizing source feeding my artistry. Thus, the aftermath of love, the relentless sting of heartbreak, became the fuel of my creativity. As the fog of solitude clouded my daily existence, my artistic vision became sharper. For it is true, in finding solitude, I found my art, and in finding my art, I found myself. Each drag of my brush began to fill the void left by Amelia. Each hue, each shadow, each light, and each line was an intimate confession of my journey from love to solitude. My canvases bore the imprint of a journey that transcended heartbreak and embraced resilience, from the times of Amelia's presence to the reality of her absence. Every painting became a looking glass into the chambers of my healing heart, bearing witness to Andrew's transition from a heartbroken lover to a triumphant artist. Truly, the process of creating art out of my heartbreak was the most poetic expression of how a fresh stroke of color could reshape one's life.